thank the chairman and the witnesses for their time and insight. Healthcare is very complicated. I truly believe we all want to make it more affordable for our constituents, for the American people. I think we all recognize the system is failing patients. We may have the best physicians and the best technology and the best facilities, but this is an embarrassment in that we can't get any of those things to function efficiently for the desired outcome. By the way, a desired outcome that we would all agree on. I agree and disagree with you, Dr. Gillifan. I find myself agreeing on the monopoly forces aspect to your remarks. We talk about big government being inefficient, convoluted, and making things more complicated than they should be. I personally think markets are the best way to achieve best value. If you have a healthy market with true choice, transparency, informed, empowered consumers, and real competition, among other things, competition being at the heart of it. And I think that competition is stifled by big medicine, big pharma, big insurance, big hospital. So I am very sympathetic, and I think I would agree with you that I guess I would summarize it by saying we're neither fish nor fowl. While I reject government-run health care, because I've seen government-run programs and they were miserable failures, not because there weren't good intentions, but it just doesn't, it will never function the way it should for the consumer, for the customer. But today, it's part government run, part private run, and people are so confused, and we're just not serving anybody well. Let's just all acknowledge that, right? But I do think people are rational and logical. But your point is the system isn't logical or rational, and so it makes it more difficult. I agree, but let's shine some light where there's darkness for consumers to understand what it is they're getting for their money, what other options they have, who is the best at delivering the services, et cetera, et cetera. I think Mr. Pascrell said it well. Our constituents and the American people are so much smarter than we give them credit for, but who in the world could navigate this system? So I think everybody would agree that now I think we need not more government central planning. I think that will make it less efficient. I think we need healthy market forces, and we should unleash those market forces. And when we do, including more competition, Mr. Gillifan, and less monopoly forces. Man, I wish we'd have that conversation and that debate in here. But on the drug pricing side, me and some of my Democrat colleagues were able to pass what we call Shop RX. And it essentially allows for, it basically requires insurance providers to provide to physicians and patients information, as I mentioned, on the different drugs available, generic included, branded, the cost, where they can find it. I thought this was a step in the right direction, especially for our seniors. It gives them that real shopping experience right there at the touch of a smartphone and in consultation with the physician. This is 2.5 years later since we passed the bill. CMS has still not promulgated a single rule to implement it. So, Dr. Whaley, I just want to ask you, I mean, is this a tool that's going to help seniors if we can actually get the government? This is why I have no confidence, by the way, in a government-run system. It's almost 3 years later, and we can't even implement what we think is a small step to transparency and empowering seniors so they have real choice. Any comments, and then my time has expired.
So just very briefly, it's likely that we'll potentially see much more patient engagement, including among seniors, for drug price transparency and price shopping for drugs than for other types of medical services.